What's up, guys? Vegan sign guy at it again. Welcome to the stream, everybody. We have one person, and it's my friend. What's up, Carrie? So I'm trying this tonight, like a new way of kind of streaming when I can't really go outside. We got a storm coming in, big one. We got plows lined up. Looks like it's gonna be one hell of a storm. So I figured I could do some, hey, what's up, Steven? Some home streams to kind of keep things going, keep the momentum going. And I figured tonight would be a good way to kickstart this kind of initiative where, you know, we get some non-vegans in the room that might be inquisitive about veganism, and we could address some objections that people have. What's up? We got the team. We got the vegan team strong in here. Steven, I've been dropping that quote everywhere, dude. Nice to see you here, Steven. Yeah, so this is what we're going to be doing here tonight. So if we get some non-vegans in the room, let's try to be compassionate and nice. If they start getting abusive, then, you know, we have to do what we have to do. If we have to time them out or do what we got to do. You know, the idea is to field some questions and bring some color to the table and let people know that you don't need to kill animals or have their secretions if you're vegan. So yeah, so I'm actually down in I got my pajamas on, guys. I'm just chilling. I'm down in my my area here, so away from my my wife and kids, so they can't hear me be loud, because I'm very loud apparently, and I would be annoyed by me if I was as loud as this. This is loud. But thanks for being here, team. What's the quote, says Carrie. The quote. It's, well, Stephen dropped a quote lamenting that the truth never minds being questioned. The hard thing is convincing people that they've been lied to. That's the quote. And it's really, really profound. Great quote, Stephen. I try only time out if they... Oh, yeah, absolutely. Carrie, you're awesome at it. I've had some people in here in the last few weeks that not awesome at it. And, you know, I had to kind of full stop because said person started to abuse my friend who was in here verbally, and sorry, it's not going to happen. Oh yeah, let Steven drop. This is the quote. Isn't that great? Isn't that a great quote? I really resonate with that. Anyway, I got some coffee here tonight. Not in a 7-Eleven thing, so they can't call me out on my 7-Eleven. Just debauchery, apparently. It's just terrible to buy from 7-Eleven. So, you know, maybe they'll have something to say about LL Bean, but we know where that all goes, guys. You know, it's all kind of distractions and gymnastics that people have that they want to work out. Oh, you're vegan? Oh, you're vegan? Well, what about those clothes you're wearing? You have a phone. But phones, bro, like that is justifying you voting for 80 to 90 billion animals to be culled on your taste pleasure's behalf each year. What a crazy thing to think. Carnivore is the way to go. Okay, Roxanne, why do you think that? We have a lot of vegans in here, and we're honestly here to address any questions that you might have. So Roxanne, why do you think carnivore is the best way to go? Do you think vegan diets lack protein? But let's see if we can talk to Roxanne. Let's see, can you feed your pets meat if you're a vegan? Sankey okay says, well, we're talking about protein right now, but we can have topics like that later on. This is the topic tonight, and we have answers for those questions. Dude, look at your snaggle teeth. Oh man, I don't know, they're pretty good. I don't see how are they snaggle, man? I don't see any. Okay, it's interesting. But what about you, bud? Are you vegan yet, or do you have any questions about where we get our protein? I can't really read your name. DGSH. Carrie says, I don't murder one animal to keep another alive. Yeah, there's no reason to murder animals, guys. Unfortunately, when we partake in the carnivore diet, we're saying, your body, my choice, to sentient beings that really don't want to die. And we're posturing a belief in that statement, even on a broader level. It permeates even, if it's subconscious, it permeates into our purviews of life and what we feel is right or wrong. So it's not nice to kill others just for our taste pleasure. Sankey OK says, isn't that what happens in nature? I guess we can go down this little path a little bit, but the topic tonight, guys, is protein. If any non-vegans in the chat are curious of where vegans get their protein, we can help you answer that. And I'd like to first off say, watch Game Changers on Netflix. That'll answer a lot of those questions. But Sankey, what did you say? Isn't that what happens in nature? Hang on, I need a sip of coffee before this one. Well, a lot of stuff happens in nature, Sankey. Animals get raped. There's pillaging and infanticide and really horrible mutilations that happen in nature. And we can cherry pick one little thing, which is what we do, and then we apply that to our own behavior, and we say, hey, because they do it, I do it. There's a name for it. It's basically called an appeal to nature fallacy. So it's kind of fallacious, I guess, the whole idea that you're posturing. But I get it. I wasn't vegan for 30 years. I get it. I think I used the same type of defense. Drumsticks, that's a good question. So we're not vegan because we ever hated the taste of meat. We're vegan because it was made apparent to us that we were taking away somebody's freedom and saying, your body, my choice, to another sentient being for the sake of our taste pleasure. So the cool thing is about 2025, we have all kinds of resources and technologies available, and we can put faba beans and lentils and peas and avocado oil, beet juice. We can put all these together through simple heating, cooling, and pressure dynamics and have vegan patties presented that taste just like meat, just as robust with the fat, fortified with all the vitamins, and essentially the same thing that meat has, which is 5 things. And that's lipids, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and water, those 5 things. So we can do that now. We didn't go vegan because we just hated the taste of meat, man. So, okay. And on top of that, we're not saying that mock meat is definitively healthy. I would not posture that way, but we would posture that it is better for you than eating animal meat, simply because of how you net out. I kind of framed this in a live stream that I did yesterday, that think about a balance sheet or an income statement that a company would have to issue come their quarterly earnings, right? You have your revenue and you have your costs, right? You have your bottom line. There's a lot more in there, but that's kind of the crux of it. If you're eating animal meat, your revenue is kind of your protein, certain amino acids, iron, different vitamins and minerals. Your costs, they come in heavy. Your costs are coming in heavy because you're going to be accosting your body with plaque-promoting cholesterol, which takes your blood vessels upon getting exposed to the plaque. From this, overconsumption comes to this, and then comes a myocardial infarction. 500,000 deaths a year due to myocardial infarctions, and it's something that should never exist. It's just existed because of how we eat and what we eat, which is animal products. So there's no plaque-promoting cholesterol. You don't have, another cost would be the saturated fat, a lot of saturated fat. Now don't get me wrong, different plant burgers also have saturated fat, but no cholesterol, no dietary cholesterol. On top of that, you're accosting your body with certain hormones. There's one called insulin growth factor 1, which amplifies growth and also amplifies cancerous tumor growth too, so you have to keep that in mind. Heterocyclic amines, which are compounds found in the stomach that meat has, and you will consume, when you consume meat, you kind of wake these up. And it's when you cook meat at high temperatures on a grill. You kind of wake these up, and these are compounds found in the gut that are correlated to cancers. Very, very much so correlated to cancers. Growth factors, hormones, and you're also eating, like on a spiritual level, you're also eating kind of the suffering of the animal and the fear of the animal. You're eating death, and a lot of times there's rape involved with bringing animals into, well, there is inherently rape involved in bringing animals into existence, just for the sake of rearing them for cattle and then growing them up. So there's actually, you're kind of eating that. And that's a cost on that income statement too. And oppression, if you're against oppression, you would definitely be vegan. So all that is the negatives, the costs on your income statement. So you look at both, and then you look at the plants. Okay, so plant-based meat. You also have protein. And we got a bonus, we got fiber. We got vitamins, minerals. We got B12s. A lot of them are fortified with B12 now. And, complete amino acid profile. Then you move down to the costs. You have saturated fat. There's a bit of sodium. You're not going to find much else. You're not going to find much else. They're processed, just like animal meat is processed. It's a tale of two processes. It all depends on which one you want to pay for, which one you want to shore up with your money, and which one you want to put inside your body. So they're both processed. And at the end of the day, the plant meat's going to net out better. Its process is heating, cooling, and pressure. Where the process for animal-based meat it starts with forceful impregnation, to rearing the cattle, to bullying, punching, and kicking, spitting on the cattle. 99% of meat is factory farmed, so I guarantee you're going to have some loosey-goosey factory farm workers that are taking care of the animals. So these are definitely big things to keep in mind. So you net out much better with the plant meat. So that's what I would say there. But tonight we're talking, the question is, where do vegans get their protein from? Do I have any non-vegans in the room that are genuinely curious about where we get our protein from? I'll look out for kind of questions regarding. Anyway, I got my coffee here tonight, guys. I got my jammies on. I'm relaxing. I'm doing this because there's a big storm outside and I can't go live on the streets tonight, so I can't really talk to anybody. But we got a storm coming. It's not outside yet, but it's coming, and there's tons of trucks lined up, ready to rock this out and tackle this storm. So, that'd be pretty crazy if I was out there in a blizzard doing activism. Blizzard activism. Gary says, I just Googled, oats do not contain saturated fat. Is somebody posturing that? It's funny. So yeah, we can get all the proteins we need, guys, from a vegan diet. Think about it. Where do you think the plants actually get where do you think the animals get their protein from? The only reason they have protein, guys, is because they're eating plants. So they take in the plants. And they take in a lot of plants to generate the amount of protein that they yield. It takes a cow 8 times more energy units to produce that 1 energy unit output. So if you're not vegan, you're killing 8 times more plants just to, have a meat patty that has all of that collateral damage that I just mentioned to you. It's very weak food, actually. Meat is a very weak food. The paradox is that it's championed amongst all the alpha brethren that it's, you gotta be alpha. you got to be alpha, or you got to eat meat to be alpha, and it's a little ridiculous because not only is it a weak food nutritionally, but it's a weak food spiritually because you're affecting sometimes children, chronologically speaking, children and mothers, and you're hurting them just for taste pleasure, guys. Solly M says, oh, this is a great question. Thank you, Solly. Can you eat a vegan diet long term without supplementing? I'm genuinely curious. Yes, you can. The answer is yes. So as a vegan, we need to supplement with B12, and there's still a lot of speculation that's starting to kind of foster here with B12. But if you want to be safe, you take a B12 supplement. If you're not vegan, you are also taking a B12 supplement, and you are taking it through the cow because the cows get shots of B12. They can't get it from the soil anymore. So do you want to get your supplement from its pill form, where it's synthesized, or do you want to get it from its synthesized form from a middleman? So another step, another process to get that pill. So it's actually a shorter term time horizon if you're vegan. So something that not everybody knows. But no, you don't. You don't. We get everything we need. I've been vegan 11 years. My kid's vegan, happy, healthy. A lot of my family members are vegan. I mean, the thing is, guys, we've been told for so long through these narratives that have trickled down through generations that eating meat is normal, necessary, and nice, and we need it for nutrition. And yeah, man, it's pretty exciting. Like more and more of us are coming out and imparting people with sound information. And the fact that we don't need it nutritionally leaves us with some very stark, very serious implications. Very serious. Because these little animals don't want to die, guys. And, we're doing that to them when we go to the grocery store. We tell the clerk to tell the farmer, hey, tell him to keep doing what he's doing to that cow. Keep putting his hand in her anus and holding down her cervix and supplanting that ejaculated bull semen in there against her will. Keep doing that. And you know what? I'm going to come back in 4 hours and we're going to do it again. You're going to reward this farmer or this guy with some money so he can do exactly that again. Now, I know that comes off as harsh and crazy, but the fact of the matter is, that's the fact of the matter, everybody. So I hope I answered your question, Solly. You can definitely do it. You just eat enough calories. I haven't watched or tracked my food for a very long time. It's just not necessary. Eat enough food, you're good. And I still got some muscle. Like, check it out. Like, that's not bad, right? I still got some muscle. Vegan 11 years. Come on, guys. Let's step up, guys. Let's step up. Everybody, men and women, let's go. We can do this. We can take the animal off the table and align our actions with our values. Anyway, if you're just new here, I'm doing a home stream tonight. We have a storm coming, and instead of me being out on the street, I'm inside and doing the stream from where I live, and just fielding some questions. I think I'm going to do a few like this every week if I can't get outside. Tonight's theme was, where do vegans get their protein? And that's from the plants. Where do animals get their protein? That's also from the plants. So keep that in mind. Yeah, Challenge 22 is fantastic. It'll give you all the vegan resources to help you get there. In fact, I have a card right here that actually has Challenge 22 on it. Isn't that cool? This is one of the cards I give out. If you guys have your phones on you, maybe scan this if you can. This is a link to Gary Yourofsky's speech where he articulates all the whys of the vegan diet. It's about an hour long, and it's one of the most powerful speeches you might ever hear. If you're new here, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing these lives. I'm kind of in the spirit and gearing up to doing them very frequently. At this point, up to now, I think I've gone 9 or 10 days in a row. So, we can leverage social media in this day and age to spread sound information that can help people. We can't lever mainstream media because that's all owned by the 1%. And the 1% wants certain narratives propagated and perpetuated. So you don't get information like this. So thanks everybody for being here. Gonna give it a few minutes. I was in spirit of making these short and sweet. So I appreciate everyone that came. Does any non-vegans have a good question about protein? I guess I'll ask again. And thanks all my fellow vegans for being here. God, I haven't had any of my coffee hardly. I got all this beautiful cup of coffee just waiting for me. Sorry, that was extra. That was extra. You can tell I'm a coffee person. In fact, it's always with me. You see it a lot when I'm outside doing outreach outside. I'm a coffee person. Try to get into teas and may try to get into them again, but each time I'm like the coffee. Okay. Trucker Steve says, I'm type 2 diabetic and plant-based carbs spike my blood sugar severely. I then need to fast for several days to get my blood pressure back into good range. What would your advice for all of us? Oh, that's a great question, Trucker. Okay, amazing question. So one interesting thing that is correlated to type 2 diabetes is that it's not caused by sugar. And there's many doctors that go around championing this, propagating this. Maybe they know, maybe they don't know, maybe they haven't received sound information. But check out PCRM.org. That's Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine.org. And they have plenty of blogs that one of the MDs, Neil Barnard, he spearheads, lamenting how type 2 diabetes is actually caused and can be reversed with the intake and outtake of saturated fat. So what happens is saturated fat gets into the muscle cell and it kind of blocks up the muscle cell, kind of like gum in a keyhole, right? It kind of blocks the entry. So when insulin comes through and tries to get in, it can't get in. So this kind of anomalous intra-anatomical dynamic unfolds where the body rejects this, and in turn, what manifests essentially is type 2 diabetes. And then after you've already got this going and this thing has been catalyzed, the intake of sugar exacerbates that kind of up and down effect, exacerbates it. But the good news is you can reverse type 2 diabetes. Type 1 you cannot reverse, but type 2 you can reverse. Check out the book, How to Treat and Reverse Type 2 Diabetes. It's by Neil Barnard, MD. You can find it and information on it from pcrm.org, and that would be awesome. Steve says, I do that and use the CGM and ketosis meter along with tracking my biomarkers. Okay. But yeah, check this book out, Trucker. It's called How to Prevent and Reverse Type 2 Diabetes. I highly recommend it. I've actually met the author. He's just an amazing man. He did some seminars that I attended, and just an amazing man. He's trying to spearhead change for humans and the animals, and he's just an amazing guy. His name is Neil Barnard, MD, Neil Barnard. But the book is called How to Treat and Reverse Type 2 Diabetes. So check that out. And I know it can't be easy. I can't empathize 1 degree of what you're going through. I know that's not easy. But the beautiful thing is, tilting to a vegan diet, whole food, plant-based vegan diet. You'd want to be really strict with this. You'd want to follow certain whole food, plant-based, no oil doctors like Caldwell Esselstyn Jr., his son Rip Esselstyn, Michael Greger, the late Dr. McDougall's works will really help you reference how to reverse type 2 diabetes with food. It's really a beautiful thing. Well, thanks for joining, everybody. Please like and subscribe. I'm going to wrap this up. We did a healthy almost half an hour. And when I can't get outside, maybe we'll do little things like this. Thanks all my friends for being here. And we look forward to seeing you in the next stream. Carrie, you're awesome. Steven, who else? Who else of my buddies? Who else of my buddies are here? Always a pleasure hanging with you guys. I appreciate your relentless support. And a lot of you are in a lot of my streams, always shoring me up with support. And you know what? When I first started going live, it's kind of hard going live right in the beginning. But when you have fellow vegans in the room, you feel a good strength of solidarity that you can lean on. And you guys really do that. So thanks so much. And non-vegans, please consider going vegan. Please consider checking out some more of my videos and questioning official narratives. That's all veganism is questioning official narratives, guys. And also, if you want, I just did a live stream with Dr. Will Tuttle. It's under my lives. I'll be curating just a little bit of it tonight But if you want to check that out, I think I'll be revisiting it and floating it into my general videos by tomorrow morning, as long as it uploads tonight. It's a wonderful conversation about freedom and how when you go vegan, you actually amplify your freedoms far and wide. So definitely check that out. I had a great time talking to Will today. He's just an amazing human being. All right, guys, I'm wrapping up. I'm gonna get ready to hit the sack. Have a great night, everybody. Take care.